Transporting commuters in Kenya is a challenging and competitive business. Operating costs have increased in recent years following hikes in fuel prices. The chaotic informal public transport sector also heavily relies on minibuses known as matatus to transport millions of commuters daily. Minibuses and matatus in the country use diesel, which increases air pollution levels. That's why the few electric buses on the road have been warmly received by many. Bus operators and staff say the change was long overdue.
First, lazima tukubali tunachangewa, yani lazima tu embrace change.
We have to accept that times are changing. We can't remain behind. Africa has to embrace this change.
Daniel Mushai drives a diesel-powered matatu minibus. For over 10 years, he's driven similar vehicles along different routes in Kenya. He says switching to electric buses will be a smart and timely move.
The cost of fuel has really gone up, so we better change. I prefer the electric bus to these conventional engines.
For the operators, keeping an electric bus on the road is cheaper. It also has a carrying capacity of 77 passengers.
So on cost implications, if you compare an electric or diesel bus, so right now we are running at an efficiency of about 0.8 to 0.9 kilowatt hour. So translating it to cost or price, it's about 18 shillings to 20 shillings per kilometer on just electricity. So if you compare with even a smaller diesel bus, which runs on probably 4 kilometers per liter or 5, then you're translating that to about 50 shillings, 40 to 50 shillings per kilometer. So when you develop a public transportation system, you also look at how people move. We have bigger buses such as this, even bigger than this. These are 12.5 meter bus with a capacity of 90 passengers. Then you're looking at smaller buses, or what we call mini buses in Kenya. That's capacities of 33 to 50 passengers. These buses are very useful to go into the neighborhoods and bring people onto corridors such as this.
The increase in electric mobility and of course frequency has forced Rome to add more buses on the road. This is courtesy of how the passengers are acclimatizing and liking the new experience so far. Zero emissions and of course consistency in all aspects of movement. At the World Future Energy Summit held in Abu Dhabi on Monday, sustainable energy solutions were high on the agenda.
The introduction of electric cars is really something very good, because when you look at a continent like Africa, which I can say we contribute about 4% of the global emissions, I can say one of the biggest contributors is transport sector. And introducing EVs is one way of trying to commit to reducing the emissions as a continent, as countries. And so for me, the introduction is good, but the problem is the implementation of.
Operators of electric buses in Kenya know they've just taken the first few steps in what is clearly a long journey towards a more sustainable transport system. It's a journey they're more than happy to embark on. Nick Mudimba, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.